briefly. Jennie and I have a lot of similarities that we reflect back to one another, but for the sake of helping you understand who Jennie is, like she said, we met when we were at a retreat and we didn't really know each other like anyone else, right? You meet someone and you're like, huh, like I resonate with them, but I'm not really sure what this is going to lead into. And fast forward, I've been to Bali with her. I've gone to Yin on Fire with her. I'm also really deeply connected with Jennie at Yin on Fire. And I felt like that was the most transformative thing ever, to have a sister that I knew but didn't quite know, just step into some spaces and hold healing from the divine. So Jennie, she has, in my view of her, if I might share with all of you guys, Jennie has so many spiritual gifts that to put her in a box, it wouldn't be fair. So she a lot of what wisdom she holds, but I've never met someone more in tune with the frequency of high vibration mixed with intuition, also with this beautiful childlike essence that allows it to be so easy and simple for you to grab onto. She's so playful, and you'll notice that Jennie does things Jennie's way, and it's the most beautiful, authentic gift that she can give the world. So I don't have an introduction for all of the amazing things that she's creating, but I know that she's writing a book. And then at the end of this Zoom, I'm actually going to invite her to share with us really how we can work with her and how you can also connect with her as well. So I'm really excited to introduce you to her. So in the meantime, Jennie, would you go ahead and share anything that I've missed out? Because I could go on for hours on how amazing I think that you are personally, but we really are in for a treat with what you're about to share with your intuitive gifts, your insight, your knowledge. You're so wise, but you're so playful all in one body. So is there anything else you'd like to share?
I mean, sure, I guess I'll share some like, muggle stuff. I have I've birthed 3 children. My oldest will be 21 next month. And my baby's 14, and then my partner has 2. So I have 2 that were pre-birthed to me that I get to mother. 2 fur babies. You may hear them barking or running around in the background because they like to play loud like I do. And I think you covered everything else. Like, oh my gosh, thank you. That was so amazing. I love you so much.
So I literally, Jennie, like it's what you create, it's who you be. If I could give you a one-liner, it's that people can't not change in your aura. People can't not have a shift being around you. Your vibration is so high that it either triggers some or it reflects back to people what's really true and possible without you even needing to say it. So yeah, if you guys don't feel Jennie's energy on Zoom, shut everything off, turn to shit. Has some gifts in store for us. So I'll let you get started whenever you are ready.
Okay. And I'm wearing one of my Bali wraps because I'm like, okay, protection. And all of my sisters got my back. And I see a lot of your beautiful faces here. So thank you for joining me, my beautiful sister goddesses, not just from Bali, but all over. And all of my new friends that I have not met yet, the ones I see your face, thank you so much for choosing you and choosing in. And the ones that I just see your name, same, you're here. And I just so applaud you showing up on a Monday night when there's other things that you could be doing. So I just give yourself a moment to just be like, I'm doing it. I'm here to like help build community. I'm here to help raise the collective consciousness, and I'm here to help myself. And that is in turn helping everyone and everything. So you're already winning. Like high five yourself, like high five. I wasn't joking. I want to see you guys high five yourself. Okay, high five. Okay, good job. All right. And I want to read some of these intentions in here: present experience, connection.
I'm gonna mute everyone. And if you would mute yourself, if you're not Jennie, you guys mute just so we can all hear what Jennie's saying. I'll also do that. All right, Jennie, go ahead.
You're good. Just reading through the beautiful chat with the intentions. And if you haven't put yours in here, I would invite you to put it in, because the act of actually typing it out and having it being seen is really, really good to help anchor it into your body, your mind, your heart. And then as I speak it out, it now gives voice to it with like how many people are on here right now? 20 that are currently here. And then however many people watch the replay are going to give energy into this intention. So it adds to you and your intention and your blessings that you'll be receiving, and it adds to the collective consciousness as well. Self-love. Okay. Yep, that's what we got. My message, my heart desires. Oh, I love that. Josie, thank you. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. So the topic for tonight was ditch the doubt and explore the divine. And this is going to be a really fun, interactive way to play with intuition. But first, I want to lay down some kind of like basic groundwork, what I think intuition is. And then if you add yours as well, then we can have this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful perspective and playground that we can play in. Let's see, more intentions coming in. Inner trust, shed confusion. Beautiful, beautiful. So intuition. What is intuition for you? What does that mean to you? When I say, oh, we're going to tap into our intuition, write in the little chat box, what does intuition mean to you? And I'm going to share some of the things that intuition means to me, and they may be synonymous with yours, they may be opposite. And for the sake of tonight, I invite every single person to, let's see if we can maybe even take your hands up to your mind, and let's open up our mind, let's open up our brains, and let's stretch our capacity. Let's open up our eyes and see if we can stretch our ability to understand, to see things new, maybe clean out our ears and remove any blockages that may be in the way of old stories, limiting beliefs, or what that actually really means to me, and how dare they talk about that, that may be sacred. We're just going to clean all of those out, and we're just going to be an open vessel and like, okay, let's open our hearts too. Let's open up our hearts to receive that beautiful heart message. Maybe even open up, why not open up our throats? We may be chatting our expression. You may be moaning or sighing or yawning. Your consent or expressions of yes, I'm with you, or like, I don't know. And that's okay. We're opening it up to stretch our capacity to express. Let's open up our belly, opening up that solar plexus, that emotional center, to really experience these emotions. Because for me, intuition really coincides with my emotions. But it doesn't for everybody. So we're here to find out what it is for you. And then open up in the hips, that sacral center, the ability to be creative and to have pleasure, right? That sacral center is our pleasure center. So let's have fun playing with this intuition. And then kind of rub down your legs, rub down your arms, and we're just going to connect to being here now. I'm here now. I'm fully here now. And if you'd like to surround yourself with a circle of light and safety, and call in any guides, guardians, angels, and ancestors that would like to assist in this beautiful opening of our intuition, our minds, our eyes, our ears, our mouths, our hearts, our bellies, our creative center, and our bodies, to receive more of me. Receive more of me, not me, you, me. Right? Right? Because I am you, you are me, we are one. So yes, receiving what I'm saying, but also receiving what feels true to you in your way. And let's see, is there anything else? This circle of light and safety is our protection, keeping us protected from any outside influences or forces that aren't for our highest good as we enter this playground of exploration of our intuition. And what is that? So let's see what we've gotten here. Okay, in the chat, tuning into the present moment and remembering truth, receiving more of me. Yes, please. Okay. All right. I'm loving, loving, loving this. Thank you for your contribution to this collective. So intuition, now that we're all safe and set up with this beautiful energy in that, maybe just even place your hand on your heart and hand on a belly. Take a couple of breaths and be here now. And it is safe for me to tune into my intuition. It is safe for me to explore. It is safe for me to play in this container and maybe in this new way of experiencing my intuition. A lot of you are beautiful healers already. So, oh, what else is possible? How else could I experience intuition? How could I stretch my current gifts and ability to tune and tap in? It's safe. It is safe. It is safe. Yes, thank you. I accept. I receive more of me. Woo! Okay. All right. Now, for the rest of this evening, I invite you to anything that I say, you can accept or reject. You can take it, and I'm inviting you to set it on a shelf. And like maybe not outright reject it, be like, I'm just going to set it on the shelf because I don't know if that works for me yet, but maybe I don't want to throw it away yet, and I'll decide in a little bit. And at the end of the night, as we close the circle, you can decide if you want to throw that away or not. Intuition is your superpower. Hands down, this is your superpower. There are all these incredible movies out right now about these incredible superhumans, right? That have these abilities to shoot lasers and to fly and to like open portals with magic rings and step into different dimensions and see multiple possibilities. And the thing that I'm really loving about this is that most of these superpowers that these superhumans have, originally they were just regular humans, right? And of course, they came to their superpower in some magical, they got bit by a radioactive spider, or like they went into the wrong ashram, or, there's some wonky ways some of these guys got their powers, but originally they were just regular humans. And so it gives our brains this ability to kind of look at these archetypes and go, maybe as a species, we could evolve into superhumans. Maybe. So this superpower that you have, everybody also has. And there's 5 main senses in our body. We can see, we can hear, we can smell, we can taste, and we can touch. And each of these 5 physical senses has been given an extrasensory 6th sense, is kind of what it's been called in this world, as your 6th sense. But I really feel that they were our first senses before we got into this physical body. And we're like, oh my God, look at all the cool things that I can touch and taste and put in my mouth. It's so cool that we forgot our original senses. We forgot who we were. And in a lot of cultures and myths, there's the closing of the veil, right? So it's like we spend our life trying to get back to remembering who we are. So these 5 senses, and there's more than 5, but this is the basics that we're going to cover tonight. These 5 senses all have this extra superpower with them. So some people can see with their eyes, seers, visions, dreams. They can see spirits, they can see auras and chakras, they see symbols. So people can hear. They can hear like voices from other people. They can hear like a lot of times ringing in the ears can be a message. They can hear messages. It sounds like their own voice speaking, or even they can hear, the plants and animals talking to them telepathically. Right? There's the nose. The nose knows. The nose just knows things. You don't know how you know it. You just know it. It's the easiest one to kind of like gaslight yourself and go, I'm crazy. There's no way I can know this stuff. But the nose knows. And so learning to trust your knowing is really, really powerful. Speaking in tongues, light language, chanting, toning, even just, having your words affect someone on such a beautiful, deep level. You just said something in passing and like it hits them right to the core of their being and sends them the message they need. And then the feeling, like the goosebumps, the tingles, the weightlessness or the heaviness, the hot and cold. I'm usually always in layers because as I get talking, energy's moving and the temperature changes. But these are all different ways that our intuition can speak to us. Now, we live in this world that any questions? As I'm speaking with any of these things, feel free to type your questions in the chat box, and then Brianna can just like jump in and Let me know. Receive more of me. Let's see. Your intuition is your superpower. Claim it here. Say, I claim my superpower of intuition. You guys, that's so powerful. Yes. Claim it right here and now. My intuition is my superpower. My intuition is my superpower.
Mhm.
Oh, man. I love that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so as you're typing that and claiming that, and I invite you to say it out loud so that you can feel the vibration. You're using your senses. You can hear it, you're speaking it, and you can, if you place your hands right here on this, like, let's see if I can suck it in. This little like suprasternal notch, there's your collarbones and your sternum that looks like this really wicked awesome sword handle, right? And right there is your suprasternal notch. And if you place your fingers there, your hands on your heart, so you're covering this beautiful and connected to this beautiful space within, and you say out loud, I claim my intuition as my superpower. I claim it. I'm ready to step into my superpower. Any of those phrases, you're going to feel it with your fingers. You're speaking it with your voice and you're hearing it. If you can visualize in your mind's eye what you look like as a superhero, and know that it's already within you, you have now just covered your five senses. And the more, this is a manifesting tip, by the way, a little extra bonus, the more you use all five senses to help you anchor in and manifest the things that you want, the sooner it will manifest because you're using all of your senses. Yes, Josie, my intuition is my superpower. Claim it, sister. Okay, so we live in a 3D world. We live in a place of time and space, bills, things that need to be done. We have to have clothes and food and shelter. And really, that's all. I mean, all the other stuff we think we really need. But that's the mind, trying to make chaos out of things that are actually really easy. Anybody? Am I the only one that has experienced that? Like the mind going, let's make this really hard. Let's try to make this harder. It can't be this easy. And our little intuition's like, oh, come on, really? Let's go. We got this. So as we're living in this world that's loud and busy, there's always something going on. We always have distractions happening. If it's not on here, it's around us in our environment. Or if it's not around us in our environment, it's in our head as we're trying to sleep at night. And it's like, would you just let me sleep, please? Right? So there's a lot of chaos happening. And learning to listen to your intuition kind of seems like non-essential. Like, but how do I pay my bills? And how do I get to this thing? And how do I manifest that thing? And blah, 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 blah. And that little voice that's trying to tell you that listening to your intuition is an essential is the ego that is so afraid that you're going to realize its tricks. And you're going to like banish it. And there's going to be this ego death and it's going to die. And it's the end of the ego. So it's going to hold on to its limitations and its illusions really, really hard. And the ego is not the enemy here. The ego is just this beautiful, sweet part of you that has in the past been protecting you from certain things. And it was so vitally necessary at the time because you didn't have the tools or the training or the equipment or the time or the patience or anything to understand what was happening at the time. So you created a story, you anchored it in, and it's been serving you ever since. Kinda, right? There's always it's a double-edged sword. It kind of works, but it also kind of feels really gross sometimes. So the intuition piece is this piece of really getting in tune with who I am. Who am I? Behind the facade of, the identity that I have set up for myself, the mask, the house I live in, the cars I drive, the clothes I wear, even how I style, the fit is really fun. And it can be a really beautiful expression of you. Sometimes we use them as crutches and we're hiding behind them. And so going, okay, but who am I without this? Who am I without all of this? Who am I really? Who am I really? What am I really? Why am I here? These are the questions to sit with in meditation. And I will tell you, hands down, meditation is going to be the best way to strengthen your intuition. Now, I can already hear some of your groans, like, oh, I know, I've heard this before. I've tried it. It's so hard, Jennie. My brain won't shut up. Anybody here whose like brain refuses to shut its lip while you're trying to like peace now, Zen now, right? So this is one of the biggest myths around meditation, that if I could just undo this myth around the whole globe, I would feel so satisfied with my life's purpose. I'd be like, I can vacation the rest of my life. The purpose of meditation is not to quiet your mind. Sometimes it happens, and it's really, really beautiful when it does. The purpose of meditation is to learn to not let your thoughts control you.
Mm-hmm.
So the purpose of meditation isn't to quiet your mind, to control your brain and to control your body and to control your life, right? Because we're like, oh, everybody that wants to manifest, so I got to meditate to manifest. But it's so hard because we can't shut off the mind. So let me try to control the mind. But it's not about controlling the mind. It's about and go and come and go like it were a movie screen, right? And the movie screen or the TV channel, whatever, and it's just like some thoughts come and they hang out for a really long time, like that really annoying commercial song, or like the one line of a song and you can't remember the beginning or the other parts of the song, just these like 3 words, and you're like, come on, that's all I got. This is so annoying, brain. Those little earworms. Or sometimes thoughts will fly through so fast, you're like, whoa, what was that? Where did that come from? You'll have thoughts that come in, you're just like, what in the, this is so off brand for me. This is not me. Where did this come from? And then when there's that untrained mind, sometimes we'll look at those thoughts and we'll be like, what is wrong with me? Why would I think such a thought? I am so embarrassed. I'm so ashamed of myself. I feel so horrible that I would even think that thought. Anybody else? Am I the only one? Anyone? Okay, here's the coolest thing. Science. I still look this up. Every time I'm about ready to teach this, I still look it up. Do scientists know where thoughts come from? Answer, no. Scientists still have no idea where thoughts come from. Scientists can track when you have a thought, if it's positive or negative. They can track the physiological response it elicits in the body, like if the heart rate increases, if the lung capacity, respiratory rate increases, if you start sweating. It can measure all of those things. Scientists have been able to measure all of that. They are still clueless when it comes to where do thoughts come from. But we believe them. For some reason, we still think because I had that thought, I must believe it. So meditation is a really beautiful chance to just sit and watch the thoughts and practice not attaching to them. Just going, oh, that's an interesting thought. Oh, that thought is eliciting a really yucky feeling in my belly. Oh, that one's making me really excited. That would be really fun. And some of these thoughts you want to jump on and you want to attach to and identify with, and that's okay. Just notice and be aware. But really, meditation is one of the most powerful ways to tune into your intuition. So now I promised that this was not going to be like a boring lecture. And I'm sure you've heard, a lot of you have already heard a lot of these things today. So we're going to start actually applying and like think of a playground for your intuition. We're going to step into a playground for your intuition. So a couple of little keystone reminders here before we jump in. Drop the danger. We have set up a beautiful, safe space. You always have sovereign free will to be like, yeah, that's not for me. That's cool, right? You have free will to do that. We so love and appreciate you honoring you, because when you, you choose everyone in the community. But drop the danger, because we're just playing, and tell your ego, just let your ego know, hey, we're just going to play. We're just playing today. This isn't real. We're just going to play. And this is a little trick that I use to bypass my ego often. Hey, we're just going to pretend for a minute. What if we tried this just for funsies? We're just going to play. This isn't for real life. This is literally how I talk to myself. when I'm getting ready to try something that may feel a little new and scary, so that the ego can kind of like, ooh, okay, we're okay, we're all right. We're all right. And also it's like a little pep talk for myself. Like, I really am okay here. We're just going to play. This is not life or death, right? We're dropping the danger. We just have been most of us have been in fight or flight our whole lives. Let's just be honest, especially since 2020, right? A collective conscious, the whole globe has been in fight or flight massively since 2020. So when we can like put ourselves at ease by giving ourselves permission to just play, it takes a lot of the stressors off and the pressure off, and opens up a whole world of possibilities, which our intuition loves to play with. Our intuition is infinite. It's unlimited. There's no limits to what our intuition can do for us and how it can show up. And so it loves an open playground. So let's just drop the danger for a minute. And we've already opened ourselves up to receive in all of the beautiful places, and expect miracles. Expect miracles. A Course in Miracles is a really beautiful metaphysical text. And this is one of the lines that I love from it so much. Expect miracles. They are your birthright. That's what A Course in Miracles says. You're a miracle. The miracles are a birthright. You are a miracle. Your existence here is a miracle. You were one of how many million sperm that found the egg? Like, you came here a winner. You are a winner. So you're a miracle already. And your birthright is miracles. And they define miracles as simply a shift in perception. Isn't that interesting? A Course in Miracles defines a miracle as a shift in perception, literally seeing something a new way. Isn't that so beautiful? So we're just going to like play, seeing things a new way and see what shows up. Now, if you were to Google Einstein imagination quote, you would find, like right now, I have 5 at the top that are just so powerful. In many ways, knowledge is easy to acquire, but imagination takes bravery and persistence. Imagination is more important than knowledge. For knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. That's one of my favorites. I mean, hello, that's manifestation right there. Imagination is the language of the soul. Now, this is Einstein, y'all. Genius, right? Pay attention to your imagination and you will discover all you need to be fulfilled. Powerful, right? So now a lot of us had active, beautiful imaginations as children. And then we were told to stop dreaming so much, to get real, we got to live in the real world. So I'm going to say, let's just take an eraser and go and erase that lesson that was taught to us over and over and over again. You may have to like do like a pressure wash on your brain, like to get it really out. And I'm also going to invite you, if it feels safe for you, to invite your inner child to join the rest of this meeting, and allow your inner child to be the one that answers first, the answers for you as we play some of these games. Okay, so let's read some of these comments.
You did have 2 questions, Jenny, and you probably see them. I just wanted to catch them for real. So Mackenzie says, my biggest question is the topic of the night, doubt. Between the intuition, thoughts, and emotions, I often doubt whether a thought is intuition or my brain, or if feeling is an emotion or intuition. So Mackenzie would like you to speak to that.
Okay, fabulous question, Mackenzie. Hi, goddess. Okay, and anybody else? Does this question resonate with anybody else? This is a really, really big one. Doubt is a big one. We second guess ourselves over and over and over and over again. And this stems from a lifetime of there being a right answer. Right? Everywhere we go, everything we did, even as adults, there's like, you got to check these boxes. And is it this box or is this box? Do I vote for this person? Do I vote for this person? And there's got to be a right answer. There's not. And this can be really, really scary at first. This can be really, really scary at first when you're just like, wait, there's not a right answer. But then where do I, is anybody feeling a little panicky with the idea that there is no right answer? Like, be honest, be vulnerable, because I also still sometimes this terrifies me when I'm trying to do something and I'm like, there's no answer. There's just no answer. So the answer. But there isn't one, because there's how many trillion souls on this planet? Trillion, billion? I don't know how many souls there are on this planet. How many? There's 29 souls in this meeting currently right now. There's 29 different ways of breathing. There's 29 different ways of eating. There's 29 different ways of wiping your bum when you go to the bathroom. Like, there's no right or wrong. It's your way. And so the doubt piece comes from being told over and over again, you're wrong. You did it wrong. That was wrong. And you got to redo it, and you got to redo it right. Well, as adults, we get to create our own rules. And so we get to play by our own rules. We get to set up our own rules. What is right for me? What is not right for me? And your body will tell you. And the doubt of the, is it mine? Is that my own head, my own thoughts, or is it really coming from my intuition? That comes with practice. That comes with practice and time. So some of these games that we're going to be playing tonight, and I'll give you a couple of other tools. And I do have a course in May coming up that's the 5 senses for 5 days. We're going to go over each sense and what they are and how you do all of them. So there's going to be a ton more information in that. But for today, I'm going to give you some really beautiful tools that if you just practice saying yes to yourself, just practice saying yes to yourself, and then see what happens. See what shows up, how the universe unfolds for you. And then you're like, oh, that was definitely coming from my ego. That was definitely a fear response. Or, oh, wow, that opened a whole bunch of really cool stuff I didn't know I could do. That's awesome. That must be my intuition, right? So when I was, let's see, about 10 years ago, 10 years ago, I was considering leaving the religion of my ancestors. And I just really wanted to know how spirit spoke to me. And so I committed to myself a 6-month intensive. Every morning, I'm just going to sit in prayer, meditation, contemplation. I had my sacred texts, I had journals, I had other books, that were supposed to help me understand these sacred texts. And I was just going to sit at least 30 minutes every day and go, was that you? Was that me? Was that you? Was that me? Was that you? Was that me? Was it this or was it that? Is it this or is it that? Like, for 6 months, literally, I did an intensive. And now it's just part of my every morning routine. I connect with my higher self and call it in. And it has just become this constant companion. In fact, just last week, I did a training on how to date your divine self. I mean, imagine your higher self as your erotic love affair. Like, you would be just like dying to connect with them as often as possible behind the bushes, in the bathroom, like at the grocery store, behind the shelf. Like, how can I was sending love notes, and you when you're in love, you see the world completely differently. Like, it's just really, really fun. So, like, really getting close and connected to and practicing, is that you? Is that me? And let's see, by saying yes. If I say yes to me, I'll find out sooner or later what it is. Did that answer your question, Mackenzie? Yes. Okay. Awesome.
Okay, you have just one more question, and then we can play some yummy games. So the next question is then, how do you differentiate? And I think you answered it a little bit, but how do you know instinct from intuition, and are they the same?
You glitched out again. How do I know intuition and what?
Intuition versus instincts is the question. Like, are they the same? Are they different?
I think that's different for everybody. I don't think there's a hard and fast rule.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
So that's I hate giving answers like that, because I know when I was like in my journey and I'd ask a question, a teacher would be like, only you can find the answer for yourself. I'd be like, with fingers. really accentuating that. Oh, just give me the answer, right? Going back to the give me the answer. Well, the answer is within you. The guru is in you. Your guide is, you like came equipped with all the answers you need.
Beautiful.
That's how amazing you are. That's how miraculous you are. You came equipped with everything you need to be incredibly successful here on this planet. Not surviving, thriving, successful, joyful, playful, abundant, fun. And when you tune into this guide that's in here that has your best interest at heart and stop fighting it, because we fight it, we resist it, we defend our limitations to the death sometimes. I can't because blah, 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 blah. And your higher self is like, and I have solutions to all of those. Whenever you're ready, I'm here. Hi. Okay. Okay. So we've invited our inner children. We're going to get ready to play some imaginary games. So the first game that I want to play, oh, actually a deck is calling out to me. Okay. Some of you might have this deck, but we're gonna play anyway. Because unless you have what is that? What do you have, Brianna? You have one of those memories that like photographic memory, is that what it is? Yeah.
Totally. I can hold it.
Unless you have a photographic memory like Brianna, you might not know. Okay, I'm going to pull a card. Cards are a really fun way to tap into our intuition because they all have these really beautiful messages that our heart is trying to tell us. And when we're in a certain vibration and we pull cards with their symbols and artwork and words on them have a vibration that matches. And we'll pull a card that matches. So I'm going to pull a goddess. And I want you to just take a minute and look at her. And then type in the chat. You don't even have to send it because that's a little scary, but you can. I would also encourage you to, because we're being brave. Our children are being brave. What do you see? What is she the goddess of? Does a name come to you, or a land where she maybe originates from or presides over? What does this card say to you? First instinct, first thing that comes to you. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, her name is, let's see if you guys can see that, Amaterasu. And she is the goddess of light. We are all, what? I can't hear you.
I muted Lorinda. You're good.
Gotcha. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. Amaterasu, the goddess of light. So as we look at some of these, and here's where we get to play. China love, Kuan Yin, ooh, Quinn love, bravery. I thought Disney too. Magic Frisbee. Oh, she's got like she totally does have this disc in her, huh? What do you think the Magic Frisbee does? Trust, Disney, Suzuki. Ooh, okay. These are super fun. So the goddess of light. Okay, let's see what else. Here we go. Here's another one. Oh, she's this goddess. What do you see? What is coming to you? Ask your intuition. What is she the goddess of? Or what information can you glean from her? What's the feeling that you get? Remember all of your senses. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you hear? What do you just know? What do you want to say? Sun goddess, vulnerability, acceptance, nurturing in nature. Okay, contrast. So she is Akalanda, the goddess of never not broken. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. Ooh. So never not broken sounds a lot like wild freedom to me. Sounds a lot like contrast, right? Because we've been taught how much we are broken all the time, but we can't be broken. Nurturing in nature, because everything happens for your liberation. I choose to be only more love. Yes. Intuition, goddess of the moon, acceptance. Oh, yes, fire. Okay, let's do one more. Okay. Let's see. I see that. Okay, using your intuition, all your senses. What do you sense about this goddess? Type it in the chat. Seeking wisdom, accomplishment, hunter, dreamlike, mystical knowing, third eye, goddess of the forest. Okay. Forest, autumn vibe, change, season, carrying wisdom, strong, sacred. Oh my gosh, I love it. So this is Lala, the saint of spoken words. Every word I say becomes a prayer. I am the author of my own story. The goddess of words. So you're carrying wisdom. Your words carry wisdom. Your words are strong and sacred. Seasons. Yeah. We change. Our life changes. Our stories might change. That's okay. Love it. Okay. Super fun. Okay. Now, Brianna, can we do breakout sessions?
Absolutely. Yeah. We have
Okay.
until, so this Zoom call will end at 8:15, but we have a half an hour. So we're good.
Okay. So we're going to do breakout rooms. And in the breakout rooms, I'm going to invite you to play 2 games. The first game is going to be 2 truths and a lie. Right? So take a minute here to think of 2 truths and a lie, because you're going to share it and see if other people's intuition can pick up which one's the lie. It's super fun. Okay.
Do you want us to do, so when we break out into breakout rooms, do you want us to come back here and meet with you?
Yes.
Okay. So what time would you like us to be back?
Let's do 8. So we got 15 minutes.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay. So I'll give you have 2 choices. You can do 2 truths and a lie. Or you can, if when it's your turn, if you're like, yeah, I don't want to do 2 truths and a lie, I want you to find someone in your breakout room and your higher self, your intuition has a message for them. Share your message with them and then see how they respond to your message. And I love how people are like, I'm out. It's okay. There's no danger. We're just playing, remember?
Okay, let's see if that works. So I have room 1 and then I have room 2. And it looks like it had divided it perfectly. Let's see if that works. Okay, so there are different rooms. Do you guys see that? It looks like we might even be in one already. Okay, so this looks like it's a breakout room, just us. So Lorinda, Matthew, Kaylee, Desiree, Margot, and Dr. Shane. And then I see an iPhone that's on as well. So we are in a breakout room together, and the other half are in the other breakout room. So do you guys want to unmute? And if you're busy, that's okay too. You don't need to be on camera at all. But I need to know if you guys will go off mute who's able to participate. And then we'll get to know each other's intuition. Matthew, can you hear okay? And is it Eva, Margot, Desiree, and let's see. Looks like they went to the other room. Yep. Okay. Desiree, Margot, Eva, are you guys there? Hmm. So Eva or Eva, I'm gonna move you to room 2, iPhone room 2, and Margot room 2. Okay, so it looks like that worked for everyone. Desiree, can you hear me okay? It says that you're not joined. Move to room 1. Move to-
Are you there?
Oh, there you are. Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Sorry, I just had it going on in the background. I'm running around my house and I was like, did she just say my name?
Oh,
But
yeah,
I don't
totally. So we were
know
in
what's
breakout.
happening.
No, you're totally correct. So we're in breakout rooms, and I just wanted you to know I'm moving you to room 2. You don't have to participate if you don't want to, but we're going into breakout rooms to play intuition games. And the idea is to play two truths and one lie or something like that. So I'm gonna move you to room 2, but you have to accept it, I think.
Okay.
I think that's how it works, but we'll try. If you end up still being here, then we'll figure it out. But I'm gonna try to move you to room 2.
Okay.
Okay, it says that you're in room 2. Do you see that at all? Oh yeah, it worked. Okay, cool. Then Eva, is it Eva or no, Eva? Eva. Let's see, let's move.
Nope, it's the scuba diving. It's the scuba diving.
Now she's the one to watch out for. She's good.
If she had a little drawl, I know she was talking about Texas.
It's still there.
Just a little.
All right, who's next? Angel. Is she frozen?
Oh, where'd she go? Oh,
I don't see.
There,
froze.
I got kicked off again. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I'll come back. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I have 8 kids. I speak fluent Spanish and I'm right-handed.
I'm pretty sure you're left-handed.
I was gonna say that too.
You
I was gonna say that.
drug out that right. Right.
That's right. I'm actually left-handed. Yeah.
Me too.
Here's
I'll
a
go next.
possible.
Oh,
I said a couple of things at the beginning, but I just thought of one that I don't know why, I've got to say it. The concept of confusion, which I sat down with when we started this tonight, I think I have an answer that came in. In my intuition, I get that it's a sign or an opportunity or a request from your higher self to make space to receive a hell yes of an answer. Because you're either going to get a hell no or a hell yes, if you can boil it down to two choices. Sometimes you have to make a lot of space for your confusion to actually become clarity. I hope that made sense. There it goes.
It did. Thank you for sharing.
I think that was meant for me, Roger, just FYI.
Of course it was.
I'm taking it anyway.
We got 9 minutes. Alex, are you ready?
Um, I don't know. I'll go ahead and do two truths and a lie. I've been doing cross stitch since I was about 5 years old. I first dabbled in paganism in high school, and I grew up in a very religious household.
The second one.
Nope.
Cross stitch.
Cross stitch.
Oh, I thought it was a trick.
Nope.
It was middle
It's
school.
the third one.
Oh, what?
The third one.
No way.
Parents
I
are
was
both
going to guess third too.
So what was your parents were not religious? Is that what the
Yeah, my parents are both agnostic. I have some relatives who are, pretty religious, and I consider myself pretty religious, but I grew up in a household kind of, very neutral towards the whole thing.
Okay, I think it's my turn. Okay, so I'm going to do the truth and lie. So I was born and raised in Utah. I have 6 kids and I'm a single mama.
born and raised in Utah is a lie.
6 kids.
Yeah, I'm going with 6 kids as well.
I think she did 2 lies and a truth because she looked down on 1 and 2, and
I
then
know, right?
3, she looked right at the camera. So what is
No,
it?
the lie was I have 6 kids. I am a single mama. I've had 4 babies and I was born and raised in Utah.
Awesome.
Hey, this is Missy. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can't figure out how to make my camera come back on. So I don't know if you can see me or not, but I can go. It's probably going to be harder if you can't see me. So 2 truths and a lie. I have competed in bodybuilding competition. At one point in my life, I weighed 300 pounds and now I don't. And I was born in Boulder, Colorado.
I think that one's a lie. The Boulder, Colorado.
Same.
Nope.
The first one.
I was going to say that. Oh,
Yeah, I'm going with the bodybuilding.
That is correct. That is the lie. But I have been just an avid weightlifter for 15 years, but I've never competed.
Cool.
That's still pretty impressive.
And that would be much easier to, it would have made a lot more sense if you could see me. So I apologize. I've tried. I can't figure out what I did. I'm on my phone. So
It's the layout is weird on the phone.
I know,
Yeah.
I can't
It is
figure it
not
out.
intuitive. Speaking of intuition,
yeah. If I join another time, I'll make sure I'm on my computer. So
Mackenzie, did we get you?
Oh, is it me?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Two truths and a lie. I should have been thinking. I was in La La Land. Okay. I'm a single mom. I've broken 4 bones and I've driven across Italy from one end to the other. What?
Phone.
Oh, Bree, you're. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I haven't broken any bones.
That was my guess.
Oh. Bree, you want to play?
Yes, I do. Okay, so
Of course, she always wants to play.
yes, always want to play. So I have 14 siblings. I love to eat fish and I love to play sports.
I
You
don't
don't
think
like
you like
fish.
fish.
That's true. It's disgusting. Like as I said it, I was
Your nose just crinkled up when you said it.
like, I'm into a straight face. I was like, no,
Your face was awesome, but I think it was in your eyes.
yeah.
The subtle dry heaving.
Funny, I didn't see that. I was just looking at your eyes.
You're the one messing with me. Stop messing with me.
It's so fun to see you guys. It's fun to play too. Thanks for playing, you guys.
That was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is just
thank
fun.
you.
Are we going back to the
Oh,
main thing?
enjoy
Or?
Kauai. That's my favorite island. I love that place.
My first time here. It's been pretty awesome.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna put us all back
Beautiful.
as long as everyone got a chance. I showed up late, so I want to make sure everyone got
Yeah,
it.
we do.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll leave this room. Mhm.
okay.
I'm gonna Thanks, Jenny. That was exciting. It looks like we are actually all back. It doesn't look like there's anyone still in breakout rooms. So
Okay. All
thank
right.
you.
I am curious how that went for the other room. If anybody would mind sharing in the chat, if you got the truth, the lie, correct? You're like, I got the lie. I picked up on it. What was the sensation that showed up for you? How did you know? How did it show up for you? So this is where the tricky part comes, is like going back and trying to remember what happened. But this articulation is like this, like, oh, my intuition's like, this person's wanting to work with me. So let me help. And sometimes there's like, in ours, we had I don't know, I just knew. Well, that's your knowing. That's the nose that just knows, right? Other people were able to see body language. The body language shifted. Other people could feel the energy shift when they said one thing versus another thing to the other thing. So they could feel the energy shift. Other people picked up on the verbal cues, like, oh, they sped really fast through that and they said these this way. And a lot of us, we could like write some of this off our brain and be like, oh, well, some of this is just common sense. But common sense is not very common, y'all. It's learned, right? Thank you for nodding your heads. Not everybody's equipped with common sense. And so the fact that you know this, and if you can give credit to an awareness of how that showed up for you, it will start to deepen the neural pathways in your brain that tell you this is your intuition. This is how your intuition speaks to you. So I'd love anybody in the chat to share how they were able to sense the lie, if they were correct. And also, like, if you felt like you didn't get any of them, it's okay. This doesn't mean you're not intuitive, right? It just means you're still learning, or this wasn't your game. This wasn't your jam. This isn't how your intuition works, because there's a whole bunch of different ways. And then I'm also curious to know how, if anybody received a message that was like, OMG, that was amazing. I totally needed that message. And their intuition was spot on for sharing it. And our group can share too, because it might spike in other people's memories. What happens?
Roger, do you want to, not to put you on the hot seat, man, but you had a really cool awareness that I believe more people could benefit from than just group one. Do you mind sharing your awareness with us, Roger, what you shared with the group one?
Yeah, I've been wrestling with a couple of questions this week, and so it came across very clearly that the confusion was simply a sign from my higher self that I needed to relax a little bit and give it space and time for the answers to come. And that's also why I tuned in here tonight, largely. And so I gave it some space, and I feel like I'm getting the right answers.
Thank you.
Yay, thank you for sharing, Roger, and being so vulnerable and willing to open up to that. Let's see, Josie, I got some and missed some. Knowing, body language, energy shifts. Yes to Roger. Oh, I love it. Oh, so beautiful. Okay, so to wrap this up, there's a game I really love playing with my intuition. And it's more my inner child, because my inner child is more free, doesn't have as many constraints and rules and regulations, and hasn't been as like hurt as adult me has been. So I will call out one of my inner child self that is like wanting to just play. And I will go to the grocery store and I will let it tell me what aisle to go down, what shelf to look at, and what product to buy. I will oftentimes let my inner child dress me. That's why you'll see me wearing really interesting combinations of things, because my inner child dresses me. And like there's a lot of weird things that can happen with that sometimes, because like the adult me will be like, this is not appropriate. This is not how an adult dresses, right? And it's like, who cares? What's the rule book on how adults are supposed to dress? You know, anyone got one of those? Did you get one of those when you became an adult? Because I did not. And so I'll also allow my inner child to create. Like, just what does my inner child want to create for creation's sake? We're in this world right now of like hustle and grind, right? And you got to turn your side gig into your main paying gig, and your hobbies into your career. And you got to like hustle and hustle, always. And if you're making something, if you're doing something, then you better figure out a way to sell it, monetize it. Inner children don't care at all about money, because everything's taken care of for them. right? They have no worries. They're taken care of. There's, of course, some cases where that wasn't the thing. And so we use our imagination of like, what would it be like to have no cares or worries in the world? But having that inner child just be able to express artistically. Is it movement? Is it music? Is it art? Is it drawing? Is it painting? Is it creating collages? Is it going out and planting a garden? Is it making a mess in the kitchen? Is it making a mud pie? It's raining right now. I'm like, I could go make a mud pie. I loved making mud pies, getting your hands in the dirt and playing. Tuning into your inner child can be a really, really powerful and playful way to connect to your intuition. That is really not, there's no life-threatening anything like, I've got to figure out, right? There's no right or wrong. I've got to figure out, is it this business that I work with or this person? Or is it, do I go here? Do I sell this thing? Do I because we just get so caught up in our head and there's so much pressure that we put on our poor selves, our poor nervous system. It's just like, it's nothing. And when we can play, we get back to youthfulness. We get back to what's really possible because kids have these amazing imaginations and they start to see things differently. And it frees us from rules and restraints that we kind of unconsciously, sometimes consciously, have chosen to live by. And it kind of breaks us out of our box. Let's see. Okay, is there anything else that needs to be shared about intuition? Okay, one more thing that that I feel called to share that is a really fun way is to ask your intuition to give you signs. Can you just send me a message in a way that I'm going to understand it? Like, I want it to be a red robin. One time actually, as an example of this, I was really struggling with something. And I was just like, okay, spirit guides, I pulled cards, I'm doing my meditation, I'm journaling, I'm doing all the things, checking all the boxes because I'm really serious. I'm in this thing, right? And it's so funny, you guys, because enlightenment literally means to lighten up. Like it's in the word. And lighten we're meant to lighten up energetically, but we get so serious. I'm going to be so serious with my spirituality. Meditate, serenity, now, manifest, now. We forget to play, right? So I was doing all the things and I was like in it. I was so serious trying to figure this out. I have all the tools. I know how to do this. I can do this. And finally, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not getting the answer. I don't know what it is. So Spirit, can you please send me a sign? And I need crows. Well, that morning I go to yoga class and the teacher, the whole class is focused on working towards crow pose. So he said the word crow probably 100 times. And I was just like, okay, I got it. Thank you. I got it. Well, I walk out to my car after yoga class and I'm parked under a tree and there's probably a dozen crows sitting in the tree. And then I'm like driving home and there's a crowbar on the side of the road. And I'm just like, wow. I mean, ask and ye shall receive, right? Like this is our birthright, is to be connected to our higher self. It is literally how we are meant to function. We have our body, physical body, we have our mind, our mental intelligence, and then we have our spirit, our essence, our life force. That is where intuition comes from. And it is the Holy Trinity, body, mind, and spirit is this beautiful sacred trinity of you. Your unique mission here on this planet needs all three in cooperation to work fully. In the Sophia Code, Mother Mary says, the mind was designed to be the empty space for which the heart's truest desires could be manifested through. One of my favorite quotes, and just like was so powerful. The mind, you guys, is not really very important. The Egyptians, when embalming their gods, would pull the brain out in pieces through the nose and discard. They're like, we don't need this, yuck. But the heart, let's save that because they're going to definitely need their heart when they come back. The mind was designed to be the empty space for which the heart can manifest its truest desires. The mind is powerful. Knowledge is really cool. But wisdom comes from that inner knowing, that inner guiding system that is you before this physical incarnation and will continue on after you lay down your physical robes, right? And so learning to connect to this beautiful part of you, it literally has all of the answers for you that you're looking for. The guru is in you. But the spirit has to play by 3D rules because we have a 3D body, has to be invited in. You have to ask. You have to open to receive it. And all you got to do that is be like, I'm ready. I'm here for it. Please help. Sometimes it's like, oh, please help me. Right? But just like, hey, I'm here, open, receive all of me, more of me. Yes, please. Yes, thank you. I accept, I receive more of me. So you can ask your spirit guides for a very specific sign and they will give it to you, or you can just ask for a sign and to be like smacked with it, like not literally in the face, because that has happened before too. Literally with Brianna. It's like spirit smacking upside the head. And I tipped my head back to laugh and hit it on a wall, like hard. She's like, well, you can ask spirit to like be nicer and not hit you so hard next time. So be careful what you ask for because you will receive it too. And remember to expect miracles because you are a miracle. So open, ask, invite, play, and expect miracles. These are some of the top things to do for intuition. So thank you guys so much for playing with me.
And may I interject? Because we have
Yes.
3 minutes. And I think the most important part of any learning is to answer one golden question.
Okay.
And it's the most important because you've given us so much beautiful wisdom. And then there's integration. And then there's souls who are going to really thrive from learning from you, specifically from you in this process. So will you just tell us how people can either work with you or connect with you? Is there a website or is there even an email or do you prefer text? Where does someone go to connect with Jennie and her spiritual gifts of walking someone down this path?
Oh, thank you. Yes, so my website is jennystone.com and it's Jennie with an I-E. So on there, I call it my Illuminated Insider Sanctuary, and it's a living library. I'm always adding to it. I have downloads, meditations, breath work, yoga, workbooks, journal prompts, whole meditation album. My books are in there, my smaller books. I haven't finished writing my big one yet, but and then every month I do live transmissions. It's a really beautiful, safe place to come and explore different ways of connecting to more of you and how you learn, because I like to play with it all.
So it's one more time, your website is JENNIE.
Stone, STONE.com. Yep. So the sanctuary, it's $44.44 a month. Or next month, if you want to go a little bit more into these 5 senses, I'm doing a 5-day course next month that will be included if you're a member in the sanctuary for $44 a month, or you can pay for the course by itself for $55.55. And that will be May 20th to 24th. It will be recorded and sent out. But that one's, we're going to go really deep into every day is we're going to do 1 sense and really cover that sense, how it's connected, not only to your physical senses on this earthly planet, but your learning ability, how you learn, and your love language, how you relate to other people through that.
Beautiful. Okay, so the email or the website, you guys, is in the chat at jennystone.com, and then obviously reach out to her if you've been inspired. I know that we're all feeling so fulfilled and full. Does anyone have any last questions for Jennie before we wrap it up tonight? Any last ahas or shares, or do you guys feel really good and yummy? Looks like you guys are content. Everyone says thank you, lots of gratitude. Yeah, lots of thanks, Jennie. You are the best. Okay.
Love you all. Thank you for being here.
Well, you are so welcome. And we will see you guys next Monday And just a little reminder for those that are on, we still have our early bird special for Yin on Fire. So if you haven't gotten your ticket, go grab it at yinonfire.com, and we'll catch you next Monday. Love you, Jenny. Thank you so much. That was amazing.
Love you all so much. Go be awesome. Go be you. Use your superpowers for good.